Hey everyone, this is Grady at Untapped Japan, and in this video I'll be doing an overview of our trip to Universal Studios Japan in Osaka. Let's get right into it. So we recently took a trip to Universal Studios Japan, USJ is what it's commonly referred to here, and I wanted to go over, everything. Try to give you guys a little idea of what's going on. I would say the most popular theme park in Japan is Tokyo Disneyland. So you have Disney Sea, which is the one park there, and then you have Disney Tokyo Disneyland. So you have two parks right next to each other at the same location, essentially, and they're pretty big. USJ I thought was a lot smaller than like either of them, so take it out how you want to. I love the park and everything, but I think it probably is a little bit smaller, and there's definitely some differences. We'll go over that. But first, let's go over price here. So for an adult season pass, it's $135 for an adult season pass. Now, we were originally just wanting to go 1 or 2 days, but then I started looking at the stuff, and a season pass is $135. And I was like, man, like this would be fun to just get a hotel that's right there, and you can just walk in and out of the park. You don't have to be rushing things. And so we ended up getting a season pass. So it's $135 adult, $95 for the kids for a season pass. And we went 3 days. Now, if you wanted to go a single day, it's $53 an adult, $34.50 for a kid. Very cheap. Compared to the, Orlando, Florida, where I'm from America, it's $109 for an adult for a single day and $104 for a child. So that added up to be $372 for 3 days for an adult and $312 for 3 days for a kid. So you can see a lot of differences here. First off, the price, right? And I didn't even look at the season pass for the Florida one. I think it's, got to be a lot. Or if they even offer it, I'm not sure. I'm sure they do. But the adult, $327 versus $135, and then the kid, $312 for 3 days versus $95 for a season pass. That's where you really save in Japan if you have kids. You save a lot either way, but especially for us. So essentially, for 3 days at Universal, we paid $555 for tickets. And if we were doing that in Orlando, it would be $1,590. So we saved about $1,000. And I think next year when we come to Japan, we're going to time it so we come a little bit earlier than this year, and we'll be able to use our season pass again and make another trip out of it because we had an absolute riot. Now, flights, we flew from Narita. It's close to Tokyo. There's Narita and Haneda. Those are the two airports that are you fly in if you're going to Tokyo. My wife's family lives closer to Narita, and so we use them. That airport, it's $90 a ticket for a flight for a seat, adult, kid, whatever. So $90 per person, which I thought was so affordable. It's fantastic. And then our hotel, which you'll see in this video, I thought was awesome. It's $150 a night. And you could situate it, the rooms weren't ginormous, but they were big enough. For our family of 6, we could have just done one room, and it had a bunch of multiple, you could do how many beds you want, which I like in Japan. So you can kind of just cram a lot of beds in there, essentially. So if you're on a budget, you don't have to get 2 rooms. Whereas in America, I feel like a lot of times we have to get 2 rooms to get our family of 6 now. We have an infant. So we have 3 older kids and then an infant. And so that kind of gives you guys a price breakdown. So we spent a total of $1,300 for our 3-day trip to USJ. So that's $1,300 for a family of 6 flying from Tokyo to Osaka, staying 2 nights, 3 days at the park. So just keep that in mind, $1,300. I thought that was just a huge bargain. But now let's get into, I've got a bunch of footage here, and I'll just kind of talk through it while we're watching it together. So you can see here, this is, the entrance to the park here, and this is a little Mario Cafe. Again, like Super Nintendo was pretty new here. I forgot how long ago it started or anything, but I believe they don't have that in America. And so that's kind of the big thing here. And there's a bunch, here's like a Luigi, it looks like more gift shops and stuff. And so this was at the entrance to the park. Now, the Super Nintendo World, or whatever they call it, that was super fun. Hello Kitty, I don't know if they have that in America or not. I don't know. As you can probably tell, I'm not like a huge theme park guy or anything, but I do like the food and I love roller coasters. I'm not necessarily super into like, I don't know, meeting the characters and all that stuff. So anyway, take that however you want. But the food at the little cafe was cool, whatever. This is entering into the Harry Potter world, as you can see here. There's the car, the iconic. There's the Weasley's car. I am a fan of Harry Potter, so this was fun. I loved walking through here. I could just spend all day here, honestly. Hogsmeade, it was fun. Walking through all the little shops, and my son, he bought like a wand or something, and so you can buy a wand, and there's all these different like magic tricks. You stand there and you wave your wand a certain way, and it's got like a little infrared thing on the tip, and it was cool. And so there's some really interactive stuff in Universal versus, I would say, Disney, which I thought was really fun. And here's the bridge, and there's his wand, as you can see, and you've got like the map where it shows you where to go, and everyone drank the drinks before I could have a little crack at it, but that's all right. That's what being a dad is sometimes. We're waiting in line for, I forgot that ride. It was more of the adult ride in Harry Potter. Harry Potter is great. Love it. Definitely suggest it. Here's Snoopy. The kids, while we were at Harry Potter, they had gone to Snoopy. Here's like the little whatever twist ride, like the teacup ride. I don't know what you want to call it. This is right by where we ate. Here's the cafeteria. I thought that was one of the most affordable places you could buy, and it was good. It was like a teriyaki burger. Here we are walking into Super Nintendo World. Now this place was packed, and I went there multiple times throughout the 3 days at multiple hours of the day, and I'm telling you, it was always packed. This wasn't even the most crowded it was, but as you can see, it's pretty cool. If you're into Nintendo and stuff, you'll definitely want to go there. And the park's small enough that you can go to these places multiple times, really. And yeah, so this was super fun. I enjoyed this. They have Mario Kart, Yoshi's something, and then this Donkey Kong ride. Those are the 3 rides in the Nintendo world. I didn't do the Yoshi one. It's like for little kids. And the bummer part about that one was it was always like an hour and a half wait pretty consistently. And you would want, like in other parks, like a little ride like It's a Small World or something like that. I feel like the wait times are a lot less, which it should be for the kids. You don't want a screaming toddler, an hour in a line. So that was kind of a bummer. Wait times in general were kind of high, I would say, versus other theme parks maybe. But again, we had a great time. We did single rider lines, which helped out a lot. So that was a big help. So if you guys are wanting to ride a lot, go through the single rider lines. Now here's the water. I think it's a Water World, I believe. Here's the show. This was fun. I remember this as a kid. I don't remember much when I went to it as a kid, but I do remember the show. So this was fun, to experience it with my family now, with my own kids and everything. It was super interactive again. They had a couple people set up before the show started, like throwing water on everyone. Everyone's having a great time, and it was a really great show. I would definitely, do that again. Now here is Jaws. This ride was about half an hour, and I think it was an hour wait at times. We just did the single rider, got on in less than 5 minutes, and I thought it was worth that. Like a 20-minute wait. But if you're going to wait like an hour, I don't know. I mean, if you're just looking for something to do, go for it. But I wouldn't just go to the park just to go on the Jaws ride, personally. Now, this is the Kinopio Cafe, like the Toad, the popular cafe in Nintendo World. You had to wait to get into it. And we ordered a couple different things, and it was good. That was mine. I got the omelet there and the burger. It was all good. Honestly, for how much we paid, I think that was the most expensive food we had. I don't think it was worth it, but other food was. And, the experience was cool. If you're really into Nintendo and Mario and stuff, for sure, like, go spend however much you want, of course, but I didn't think it was like super fantastic food. Donkey Kong, we still didn't ride it. This is the first day still, and we didn't ride that day because it was just so busy, 250 minutes or more. Here's us walking out at night. Sorry about the footage. I'm still getting my new camera down and everything, but it was fun. Minions was playing. They had the movie out there. This is one of the Minions ride. There's 2 Minion rides in the Minion World or whatever they call it, and they were both super fun. Great for kids. There's 3, I guess. There's 3. So that was a great place for kids. If you don't want to, have all the people in Nintendo World, that was the definite like go-to for kids. Here's our hotel. I don't have a ton of footage of it, but it was a great hotel. Park Front, I think it was called. It was right there. So it was the closest hotel to Universal you could get. They don't have their own hotel here in Japan. They don't have like a Universal themed hotel, but they have, just right here. That was McDonald's, just right out. There's a little street right outside of Universal. If you're looking for cheaper food or even better food, honestly, you can go right outside the park and you can get like the conveyor belt sushi, kaiten sushi. There's McDonald's, not that great, or Hard Rock Cafe, Red Lobster, right outside the park. And so from right here where you're seeing to getting to the park, it's under 5 minutes walk. It's literally right there. There's the Universal sign there. Here's us waiting on the second day. Now everyone was lining up at like 5 a.m. It was nuts. It was total chaos in the morning. And we wanted to get there, just kind of experience it. Here's everyone running, trying to get in line to whatever. And we did run a little bit, and we ended up going to Donkey Kong. But so if you're into like getting on the ride of your choice without like the express pass and paying all that money, you're probably gonna have to line up early and like run in. You're not supposed to run, so don't run. But you have to walk briskly to your ride. And if you just want to chill and relax, then you can go in at like, it opens, I think the park opens up at 8:30, 9 o'clock. Go in later, when everyone's gone. It's super fast to go in. This is the Donkey Kong ride, and that was a great ride. If you have a chance to get on it, I would for sure. We waited an hour or so. It was fine. It was worth the hour and a half wait. Super Nintendo World, again, we did Mario Kart there too. That was super fun. This is like the Minions place. This is the front of the park, way less busy. So if you're just wanting to like get out of the crowd and go like get a bite to eat or do some other stuff or just relax, over here is way better. Here's some of the carnival things you have to pay for. And it was fun. And all of our kids got a stuffed animal, which was great. I think one of these throws, he almost made it there. And then I think on this one he got it in randomly. Super lucky there. So if you know how carnival stuff goes, this one, I don't know how see anyone beating this thing. I was watching for a while. This was tough. But again, Universal was great in that sense, where there's a lot of interactive things for the kids. And the crowd, although it was super busy, if you go to certain places, like Jurassic Park, we haven't talked anything about that. Jurassic Park was one of our favorites. The like pterodactyl ride or whatever, flying dinosaur I think they call it. The other Jurassic Park one, the iconic one, was not open, which was a bummer. But this is the end of the day. This guy just came up to us, super nice, and he gave everyone a sticker. And this is just like a great example of like your experience in Japan. Like this happens, and it's just such a nice, warm place. And the theme parks here are clean and fantastic, and we absolutely loved our experience there. So I hope that helped you out a little bit. I gave a little cost breakdown and then did a little commentary. I didn't talk about Jurassic like World, the little area very well, a lot, but that was one of our favorites. My kids loved the flying dinosaur. I think they went like 4 or 5 times in those 3 days. I didn't get any footage of the third day because I thought I had enough, and so there's like Minions, there's Hollywood, Jurassic Park, Snoopy, Harry Potter, Mario World, like the Water World, show thing. Probably missing one, Jaws area. I think that's about it. And we had a riot. I was out till 9 o'clock every night, running around. I should have got my step counter, but man, exhausting. But the kids were just running around having the time of their lives. And at the end of the day, when you're going to a theme park, that's all you want. You want your kids just to have a riot, and they did. And they were, and I had to keep up, which was fun too. So great time. If you are in Japan, even if you're like doing like a Tokyo trip, for example, honestly, I would say this is a fantastic option. You fly out of Narita, again, it's $90 per person for the flight, and then it's only, $50 for a day pass. I mean, that's unheard of. It's more than half the price, about half the price of, what you can do in America. And honestly, theme parks in Japan have been my favorite. I've been to both in America and Japan, but Japanese theme parks, there's something about them. There's a lot going on, and it was super fun. Food was great. It was more expensive than what you would think. So Tokyo Disneyland has cheaper food, which I really like. And all in all, like if I would choose Disney or Universal, I don't know. I mean, Disney has its own stuff going on, but I will definitely be going back to Universal in Japan for sure. USJ. We're gonna go back I think next year because we have the season pass now. So if you're really into Universal, or if you're in Japan wanting another day trip, or like if you want to take like 2 or 3 days in Osaka, go to Universal. If you're thinking about just going to Japan just for the Universal experience, from like America or from another country, obviously, I don't know if like that really pans out as much. It's a pretty small park compared to like the American one. And so it just really depends on, what you're doing. But all in all, no regrets, super fun, very, very affordable, which I like. We like to budget, and, you want to feel like you got like a good deal, at least for me, like when you're traveling and stuff. And definitely thought that on this experience. So thanks for watching, guys. I know that kind of got a little long, but if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We'd love to have you here on Untapped Japan, where I'm trying to upload more videos here again. And so all the support would really help. So please subscribe and like this video. I'm going to catch you on the next one.